Jen, Nicole, and Melissa is Nikki on? Is this recording? Oh, no. Yep, Nikki's recording it. Nicole and Jen and Melissa are in Dallas. And you guys have, like, there's just so much cool news coming down the pipeline. Probably not for a little while, so we're going to hold you in suspense. But lots of exciting things about Lyft. Some really cool visuals that they'll probably share when they get back. I unfortunately still have my job, so I couldn't go. So Jen was giving me all the updates, and I had mad FOMO, even pushing me harder to get rid of that damn job. But so welcome everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the month. Another really cool thing that is changing that they did let us know at conference is that the VO is having a massive overhaul. So everything is going to be in real time. Like, it's going to be such a game changer. It's totally needed. We'll probably have a team call in a couple weeks with all the updates, but so exciting. So welcome tonight. I'm just going to go over some training that the boot camp, the Team Z boot camp has gifted us. Who here, you just want to raise your hand, who here is using Team Z? A few of you? Awesome. Well, for those of you who aren't, need to, because it is the most genius thing ever. I am so annoyed that it wasn't in the business earlier, because it just simplifies things. For me, I feel like sometimes that's where my wheels spin. Who am I going to message? What do I say to them? I forget people. Like, I'll be scrolling through Instagram, like, oh shoot, I forgot to follow up with that person. Like, it's so awful. And I can't even imagine how many sales or prospects have just like, because I've just been a disorganized mess of a human. But Team Z is amazing. I'm going to share with you a little bit about following up. Again, it's not going to be the full half hour, but we all know the power of following up. Team Z makes it really easy to track and what to say, and they've been doing research and studies on following up and what to say and how to say it and all that sort of stuff. So Nicole shared with me some training. It's a 12-week boot camp training that TMZ is doing, and she shared with me a little bit of Eric's training. So there is a training recorded from one of our team calls. Eric was on one of our team calls. He actually did some training at conference, and that's kind of when the light bulb went off for me. I was using Team Z, and then I stopped. And then when I saw his training again and just saw how like excited Mitra and everyone was about this awesome tool, I was just like, why am I not using it? So I got back on it, and guys, I'm not kidding you. 6 days of using it consistently. 6. Only 6. Imagine if I was doing it for like 3 months. I had 2 new team members and I have 4 new sales. 6 days. That's crazy. So I really, really encourage you to use it. It does cost money, but Juice Plus, as a Juice Plus rep, you do get a discount. And I wrote it off in my taxes, so that it makes it that much more doable. So the follow-up is so important. I know that for sure, because sometimes, you forget about people, and, you kind of look silly if you say you're going to send them something, and then like 4 months later, you're like, oh, sorry, I forgot to follow up with you. But follow-up is definitely, they say that fortune is in the follow-up for a reason. Ali Schneider does really amazing training on follow-up, but Team Z kind of like dumbs it down on exactly what to do and what to say. And sometimes we overcomplicate things. I definitely know that I do. And sometimes it's like, what do I say? They haven't responded. Do I say this? Do I say that? And that's why Team Z is just a really awesome tool, because it tells you exactly what to say. You don't need to think about anything. So I just want to ask you guys, do you believe that Juice Plus, our products, are amazing and can change people's lives? Yeah, I know they've changed my life. I have a son. I know in my heart that they change people's life. Yeah, hell yeah. Do we know and believe that this business can change people's lives? Yeah, I'm going to be able to spend so much more time with my son. That's a game changer. That's life changing for me. As a mom, I never thought I wanted to be a stay at home mom. But when I was born, when Jagger was born, like my purpose changed. I need to be with him. Like he is my everything and I don't want to miss a thing in his life. So for all of us, I can probably say, I didn't see all of you shaking your heads or anything, but yes, yes. And if we know that when we share, we're sharing from our hearts, right? And that's not annoying. That's love. Following up. And the only way, we're going to get people to know about our products or get people to know about our business opportunity is by talking to them, by inviting them to something, sharing a video, and following up. So I know for me, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm probably annoying. This is the 5th time I followed it up. But if we rewind back to knowing that our products and our business opportunity can change people's lives, it really changes how you feel about that follow-up. You're not being annoying. You're sharing from your heart. Following up is an act of love, right? And this is why we're here, is to change people's lives. So once you change your mentality around following up and sharing and getting out of your head and in your heart, that really is a game changer for our business. I know that when I just, not that I stopped caring what people thought, but when I just changed that mentality in my head that I'm sharing this because I want to be impactful in someone's life, I just didn't feel annoying anymore. And a really crazy statistic is 80% of sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. So I'll say it again. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Who here is following up 7 to 10 times? Yeah, I'm totally not. Maybe 2, 3. Think of all of those people out there that were excited. You've shared something with them, a tool, a video, and they're just hanging out there, wondering when you're gonna follow up with them again. So we need to be following up way more, obviously. And Teamzy is a great resource to show you how to do it, when to do it, and how to say things. So a few things when you are following up is there's 2 principles. The first one is to never ask for anything in your follow-up. Hey, did you, when are you going to watch that video? Or have you watched that video? Tell me what you think, which is totally, not out of what I thought was following up, right? You're basically just, loving on them, hey, just to let you know I'm still here and, really excited for, your decision to get healthier or something like that. I'll share some examples when Nikki posts the in Teamby in the chat. I'll post some examples of what to say in a follow-up. And if you use Teamzy, the scripts are there, right? There's very, very general words and conversations that they have. The second thing is to make sure that what you're saying, so what I just said was way too long, but what you're saying is visually readable by them just looking at the message. They don't have to open up anything, because what happens when you open it up, it shows red. right? And you don't want people to know that you've read something, because then, you know, they're committed to getting back to you, and maybe they're not ready because it's only been the third follow-up, right? So whatever you're saying needs to be there's a term for it, I forget what it is, but it needs to be visual and readable in the text without opening it. There's a psychological
home screen, your lock home screen.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Thanks, Meg. It's psychological, right? We're telling ourselves, and I know I'm totally guilty for it. You know, when I have people reaching out to me like in the past for stuff, I might have been interested, but you know, I just, whatever, it was busy. You know, I was off to the gym, or I was at work. I'm not committed to getting on the product. But I was excited at some point. They've shared information with me, but it's just not the right time, right? And psychologically, it happens over that time of follow-up, and that consistency and that not being annoying in that 7 to 10 times, that breaks it back down, and like they're more excited about it. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. So, what else was there? Yeah, that's kind of more or less like what it was about. I think the key thing, key takeaways is just that mindset change around following up, and you're not being annoying, and, you know, really, you know, get emotional about why we're doing this. We want to change people's lives because it's changed our life in some way. So, following up is not annoying. It's an act of love. And the only way we're going to reach people and to get them started on our products and our business is by sharing the product and sharing a tool, inviting them to something and following up with them, you know, 7 to 10 times. I definitely was not following up 7 to 10 times. And I'm excited to see, by me implementing this new 7 to 10 times, what will come about with that. And you can go back to old contact, like old people. Like that's what I did on the weekend. I kind of just sifted back through old conversations and just re-energized the conversation and kind of brought it back and started following up. And so I'm excited to see where that goes. But does anyone have any questions about follow-up or Team Z or anything?
I do, Sarah. I have a quick question that I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
So when we're in Team Z and our prospect list is there,
yeah.
After we contact that prospect, where do they go?
Yep. So there's lots of different, here, let me see if I can share my screen. Hi, Nicole. What are you doing on here, girl? I'm just going to share my screen just so you guys can see exactly. Because there's a couple of different things that you can do, Ash, to like funnel them where you want them to go.
Okay.
So have you rated your prospects?
I'm kind of rating them as I go. Okay. I have a lot of prospects.
Yep, that's amazing. So prospect. So she's a number 5, so she's not on my like, you know, urgent list. But let's just say I reach out to her. Okay. So you want to actually take that time, because honestly, having this done ahead of time actually saves a lot of time, because what TMZ does is gives you your top rated people first, right? So then you're not sifting through people. Oh, I'm not going to message this person today. Skip for 1 week. So I would actually take the time, if you have like a couple of hours. I know we all have a couple of hours to spare. But if you can.
Totally.
Yeah, right? Just to rate them if you can, or like take, 20 minutes here and there to do it. Mm-hmm. But so let's just say she was a 1. So you go to select activity. Let's just say I Facebook messaged her. I've invited her to a one-on-one. I'm going to set the follow-up for tomorrow. And here's the script. So for those of you guys that were curious about the script, so this is if I'm just contacting them. It says, gives you things to say, but then here's your follow-up. So exactly what you would say, follow-up 1, follow-up 2, 3, 4, and you literally just copy and paste things. So it's that easy. And then when you hit log connect, depending on where you've followed them up, like if you've set a follow-up, they'll pop back up on that follow-up day when you click on your follow-ups. See, when I first started this, I have to clean my follow-ups because I was sending follow-ups for everyone. You only really send a follow-up if you've invited them to something or shared or sent them a video or something like that. So it depends on where what you've sent them and when you followed up with them and how you've ranked them.
Just something like a quick note, sorry, about the follow-up. So I did that too. I was saying follow up to everybody. Yeah. And then when I opened up my follow-up list, if I didn't want to follow up, I was deleting them from Team Z. So if you open up your follow-up, I'll show you, so instead of like canceling him, or I don't know what I was doing, you just go back down to the follow-up and you say none. And then he'll be off your follow-up list. So don't.
Where?
See, I wasn't deleting. That looks different than mine. I don't know. Anyways, just make sure you don't delete it off your whole Team Z, like I was doing.
Okay, we won't. Yeah, so it just kind of depends, Ash, on what you've done with them, right? So if you've sent a follow-up, they've gone into a follow-up list. And where you've ranked them, that's where they'll fall. So if you've ranked them, Team Z is going to show you your number 1s first, number 2s, number 3s, number 5s, and then
4s. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So once we reach out to them, they don't just like disappear.
No.
They're still in there as a prospect, just ranked accordingly.
Yeah. And you can always search your people, because sometimes I'll log the connect and then they've responded to something and I want to add something. So you just search them in your contact.
Right.
And they'll pop up. And then you can add whatever activity has happened. Honestly, I cannot stress enough how important Team Z is. If you are really serious about growing your business, this is like having a virtual assistant that helps you do everything that you need to do. And it's holding, like I've been in the business for 4 years, and like I've really struggled with accountability and consistency, and I'm human. I know that, but Team Z just is an amazing tool to help you be accountable. And we've kind of got this like group thing going where, it's a little bit of a healthy competition on seeing who's sleeping, because you have like a sleepy face, and then if you've done above and beyond your day, you get flames, and you can get 1 flame or 2 flame, and so in this group, Sarah Beardmore actually reached out. She's like, hey, like, are you okay? You've been sleeping for a few days. And, something really unfortunate happened with my son. He was in the hospital. But it was like, it was that connection too. Like, people are just wanting to make sure that you're staying on the ball with your business. And it was great for her to realize, like, notice that I wasn't doing anything. And it's amazing. It is honestly, it's such an amazing tool to use if you are serious about growing your business. So kind of the recap is follow up more than twice, and following up if you are in the right mindset of, knowing that this business and this product can change people's lives. You are doing an act of love. And the only way that we can change people's lives is by sharing. And the only way that we can share is by inviting them, giving them a tool, inviting them to an event, and following up. And that happens between 7 and 10 times. So just keep going. And if at any point you're unsure of like what to do or what to say, this is where TeamZ really helps, or reach out to your upline and ask them if they can help you. And yeah, so that's kind of, Nicole, do you want to add anything? Because you've kind of been doing the boot camp.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of information from Dallas, if that's okay, as I close off here. So thanks for leading the call tonight. So you know what? I wish I would have known this 14 years ago when I started this business, because like you, Sarah, 14 years I have been probably there's been periods when I've been consistent, but I just forget about people. And even though I thought I had a basic system, it wasn't good enough and it wasn't strong enough. That's what I'm learning just after 2 weeks of being on TeamZ. And my rule of thumb is after 3 times, if they don't get back to me, I almost had this attitude like, I'm not wasting my time. Like, my time is so valuable. And so just listening to TeamZ training this week, that we need to, I call them now my love pokes. Mm-hmm. If we don't give them 7 to 10 love pokes, we're not doing our job. And what I've had to do is actually change my story. So when somebody like ghosts me 3 times, I'm like, Nicole, it has nothing to do with this. They're just busy, and don't make up a story. Love poke them again, love poke them again, love poke them again, until they tell me, no, or whatever. And honestly, guys, in the 2 weeks that I've been doing TeamZ, I've gotten 3 full shred orders, 3 children's health study orders, a single 2 order, and they're just coming in like crazy. And all I'm doing different, guys, is I'm actually following up with them enough to care for them. And I actually feel really bad and guilty because a couple of them, when I was following up in Messenger, realized I ghosted them. So they were looking for information a year ago on the shred. I missed their message and they got missed. And she like literally just messaged me because she saw a post on Facebook. And when I went back to answer, I'm like embarrassed and ashamed that she asked me a year ago and I never did my job. I never followed up with her. So I'm like, how could her health been different if I actually acted like a professional in this business? So I'm growing up and I'm a 100 Club NMD, guys. So I'm not perfect, totally make mistakes. And the biggest mistake in my 14 years is giving up too easily on people. So as Sarah trained tonight, 7 to 10 love pokes. That's your job. That's your job if you want to grow. So as I switch off and have a few more minutes, okay, so first off, I'm just going to say that I've got a package of 30 lift here. And if you want them, I'm selling them for $100 each because they are so good. They're so delicious. I wasn't sure of like the aftertaste. It's such, Crystal's coming over. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it because I'm not a caffeine person. I don't do well on caffeine. And this Herba Mate that they use is a tea that gives you just a really nice, gentle lift. Honestly, my heart's not palpitating. I'm not getting the shakes. And they're really hoping to get this out in the market by like the end of the year or earlier. We don't like to put a date on it because, that is pretty scary in a company if it doesn't follow through and they don't want to disappoint us. So they're doing everything possible to get this in the marketplace. The good news for Canada is all of our paperwork is with the Canadian government. They think it's going to be an easy approve. And they said it's a 6 to 8 month before you get like your DIN number. But it tastes amazing. I only have 30 samples, but they're delicious. And I think you guys are going to love it. From what they told us, it is the cleanest energy drink that they could find in the marketplace. The cleanest, like it's pure. Everything is like, even the B vitamins is literally coming from guava, mango, and lemon peel, like natural B vitamins. So nothing in here is synthetic, which is exciting. So that was one thing that they shared. The other thing that I'm going to just share is if you were an NMD and you were not at the event, that there's going to be an NMD call tomorrow and they're going to update a little bit. But even then, the NMDs that weren't there are not going to get the full picture until conference. So you guys will get the full download of the changes that are happening at the Calgary conference. So you don't want to miss it. Here's what I can tell you. In the day and a half that we were downloaded, 600 NMDs showed up in North America at this event. They treated us like royalty. I can't even imagine what their bill was. Everybody got their own hotel room. We were at the Fairmont. Of course, the food at the Fairmont is delicious. It was just like full out spending tons of money on us, to love on us, to paint a picture of what the next 30 years is going to look like with this company. So to say that I am excited is just beyond. I can't dump the beans and tell you, but all I can tell you is that the founders, the founders of this company have, and this is including, like, we call them kind of like the grandparents. They've been around for 30 years, like the Mitras and the Dougs. They're the ones that have been behind the scene working on positive changes. Everything that I have seen that's coming down the pipeline that will launch in 2020 is all positive. Here, I literally have exactly what I can tell you, and every NMD can only tell you exactly what I'm going to read you. So I'm going to read it word by word so I don't get in trouble, because we ended up swearing that we would keep it to the schedule. So here's what I can tell you. They have simplified the conversation by making the compensation plan structure make more sense. So I'd like to say that the new compensation plan that will come out in 2020 is like compensation plan for dummies. And I mean that with the biggest heart. I mean, even somebody that's good with numbers can get overwhelmed by our compensation plan, and it can be very complicated. The new one is so easy. Probably a grade 3er could literally take anybody through the compensation plan, and I'm not joking, guys. It is crazy easy, like so easy. So the napkin presentations will look so much different. Second point that I can talk to you about is they created more titles in the compensation plan in order to enable more people to progress through the compensation plan. This was probably the most exciting piece of it. You can probably guess where the potential new positions are going to be. Just think about where people get jammed at the compensation plan and they hang out for years. So they're adding more steps to the staircase to make people feel like there is hope that you can literally get to the top, and make it more easy to get through the marketing plan, I guess would I say. The last point that I can say is that they're going to balance the compensation plan with the incentive plan in order to reward those who move through the titles and build stronger businesses. So to summarize what I just said, because it was kind of wordy, is they're throwing lots of extra money in the compensation plan in 2020. That's all I can say. To say that my mouth dropped would be an understatement. Like, guys, this is going to be incredible. Incredible. Like, it's taking us to a whole new level. Yeah, right now their goal, we're ranked top 30, like in the top 30 of network marketing. Their vision is top 20. Top 20. And with these changes coming, we definitely will be heading there. So that's all I can really say about it.
Nicole, do you mind closing? A few of us have to hop off. Okay.
Yeah, you go, girl. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, and then as they also kind of gave us a picture of the digital marketing that's coming in the next 12 months. So they did announce at a conference, I can tell you that they're investing $35 million in technology for our future. They realize that we are behind the times with some of our, I'm going to say, competitors when it comes to our website and even our virtual office. So they showed us the 12-month vision of what digital marketing will look like. And it's just incredible. Like, Ash, you're going to just have goosebumps of all the amazing tools that will just be at your fingertips. And the virtual office, the numbers that literally will be live as soon as the new order comes in, boom, live, new order, new volume. You'll be able to see your PB and PBOB, and it's just going to be so user friendly that you won't be intimidated by it. And what they're trying to create is a virtual office where, you know, most of us don't have time to go digging and figuring out how close Ashley is to SSC. It's literally going to be a click of a button to see, like, Ash, you need these many orders, this much volume, this is how close you are to title. So it's just going to be incredible. So they've got a huge international team that's been working on this project for quite a while. And it was just incredible what they shared of like how they are visualizing this to like unfold. So it's going to come in stages. So just be patient, and you know, the best is yet to come. And I would just have to say, I wish I could start all over again and get every single bonus that you guys can earn, because it is going to be sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So all I can say is don't slow down. If you guys are on a roll, if you're building a team, if you're building a business, just keep on building. Don't slow down, because you will be rewarded this year and into next year for your success. So that's all I have to say. That's all I really can say, other than you can feel my energy. You can feel my excitement that I'm just like so stoked and so pumped. And your businesses, guys, if you jump on the bandwagon, and yeah, and just imagine a product like this with a whole new category and a whole new market that you'll be able to march to, is going to be a game changer in your business. So on that note, lovely to see you guys. I see you guys are so excited, and Crystal's going to come over now and grab one of these. Yeah, awesome, guys. Nice to see everyone. Have a good night.